Recently, I'm working on. I went to Parliament and we see some Senate working on some environment issue. For example, in last year, I involved in a committee that develop quality of life and people, and also they're working on poverty alleviation and inequality. And I found that I visit many province and I experience different between urban and rural area. So then I come back and think about how we would change rural and urban area to be a much better place. This current year we working on disaster and urban design in terms of environmental and pollution effect. So in this talk, we going to focus on how the data would change the urban design and also how to change the environment that impact human life. Let me start with my student work. This is one class that we teach students to collect data, and I give them some tool that able to collect real-time data about 15 minutes, and then student can gather PM pollution for every sub-province in Thailand for every 15 minutes. So they can first they can monitor and then they can analyze. If anyone want to access the data, I can share and you can use to develop your design later. Next page is that we also have another various kind of visualization. It could be heat map, dot plot, or maybe timeline of bar chart. So we can produce this one in a very numerous way. And we also have multiple data sets. For this one, we have a weather data that consists of for every 15 minutes, we gather information for every single latitude and longitude. And we have temperature, humidity, and precipitation and weather. And we also have some chance to get EGAT power generation. This may not related to the city in the first grant, but if you look closely, this slide show that how people use energy, and we found that in around you see. Let me check. Okay, I think we should remove this one. Sorry for. Okay. If you look closely, you will see 24 hour, and we have a drop of since the midnight, and then it's going up around 5 p.m. 5 a.m. and then we have increasing sharply about 8 o'clock and drop around at noon at the midday, and it increased by a step function. This is really different from Europe. Europe we have something called duck curve, but this one is not slightly, it's significant different. It peaked around 22 o'clock in the night. So if you look closely, you will see that this generation power, whole pan generation power produce energy during the office hour between 8 o'clock until something around 4 o'clock. And then people travel back to home, they on the car, and then the energy production jump up again around 16 o'clock, which is I think people are working and living in their home. So this chart show a lot of things. The first thing is that when people on the car, they use less energy, electricity energy, but in the meantime, they burn a lot of fuel in their car. And we also have some kind of data from news and social media we can gather using our tool. A student can access this tool very easy nowadays because they have open source community. So then they can gather real-time data both from work generation, satellite map, social media, and also news as well. For in this case, I asked students to gather news about sustainable construction material. How they're talking about the keyword. But this one may not impressive. But if we look closely, if we use deeper algorithm, we can extract more keyword from that. Let's go back to my talk. My talk, we're going to discuss about how data-driven urban management and how we can use data analytics to make city more smarter. And come back about 2 years ago, I have a project that called Analytic Platform for Strategic Planning. What we do is that we get a lot of data and try to find the better solution, better policy for each province. So we have first we gather information from government policy, government plan, also from social media, various social media and YouTube as well. And also we have international new article and local Thai article. We have a research paper from province level in Thailand, and also article from international economics. And also we have policy such as SDG and COP 28, COP 29, something like that. So we can gather those information into a graph. So what we did is that we try to embed or change the meaning of the text into a location of the map. So it can grouping by meaning. We call semantic embedding. Once we perform semantic embedding, we can grouping how topic that relate together. In order to interpret this information, we can do two things. The first thing is that in a group of data, they express the same idea, the same topic. And once we have a part or a traveling path from one topic to another topic, it means that those two topics are linked together by certain meaning or certain keyword. This is one way we can interpret new information or also research information. Another thing is that we can use social media to extract how they express in social media, how they post emotion and also information. And then we map that information into SDG indicator. So, and we found that about most of them talking about indicator number 9.11 and also 11.21, which is talk about rural population, and also this one talk about transportation. Most of the urban area right now, especially for Pathum Thani, right now we don't have mass transport. We cannot travel very easy in the city in Pathum Thani. And also they link together because these two indicators very close to each other. We found that at the same time they also talking about disability and also public transport. And this indicate that people on urban area and suburban area are facing transportation and also facing some inequality in terms of moving or mobility inequality, something like that. And in order to summarize this, we found that in urban area, in most of urban area and also in suburban area, we facing transportation, pollution, and social issue from the data and from research paper as well. And we have seen that increasingly complexity of urban and rural management, and using data-driven decision would make more precise policy. And also we can do this if we access the policy maker and also we access the community. So for recent years, I'm working on both parts. I'm working on both for policymaker in parliament, and also we working on community in order to transfer some information, crucial information issue and pain from the community to the top level. And for the rural area, it's different story. They're focusing on crop yield, healthcare and education, and also there are some require some demand for sustainable practice as well in rural area. They don't have water in drought season, and for a few later year we facing with a very long drought. It took about 6 months or sometimes 7 months without water. They cannot perform any agriculture. And so we have a platform that gather information and suggest the policy. So we can search the province and see the topic that's very interesting by most of people, and then we can get into to analyze key topic. The idea is very close to strategic intelligence from World Economic Forum, but we scope down into a province level. That worked really good in my opinion, and also we show this to many local governor and also many departments. So government adopt this idea and they change policy based on data even more. So they asked me to produce some policy. For example, Department of Culture and Tourism, they asked us to generate some policy how to improve travel experience in Thailand as well. So this kind of tool help us to manage the issue and create precise policy. And once we have this one, I found that if we have a policy, if we have a project, that's good enough. But how we could change the city with the policy itself is not enough. So we need some kind of real-time data to monitor, and also what would say in terms of disaster and pollution, we cannot plan in long term because the issue happen year by year, month by month, and it takes a very short time to react or respond. So we need more real-time data in short. So what I'm trying to do is that for poverty and equality, I use economic indicator, which is about 1 month frequency update. And quality of life, we use social media, which is more or less real time. And disaster management, we use satellite. Most of them is hourly based or 15-minute based. And pollution and environment city, we use weather API, which is very great. It updates every 15 minutes. For all of this, we can access wide range of data in a national scale, probably in global scale, but we don't go that far because we need to focus. We need to focus on economics. For example, in this graph, we found that this graph really interesting. They divide the portion of labor into three parts: agriculture, manufacturing, and services. And the horizontal axis is proportion or percentage in labor force. And we found that they're following the same trend. I mean that, for example, China, at the old day, China has a lot of people in agriculture, and then it reduced dramatically until around 30%. In the meantime, China increasing the workforce in manufacturing, but right now it's about 30%, and also service also increased. From the Thailand statistic, it's very close to China. It's around 25 something and 22 something and about 40. So we focus in ratio of Thailand labor population is we focus on service sector. So this is clear that if we try to increase the service sector, another sector is going to reduce. So there is small chance that agriculture going to increase. It's very inward, right? So we we predict that agricultural labor force going to reduce sharply in very few years, and manufacturing going to increase and service going to increase a little bit more. But I think manufacturing going to increase because the because economic work like this and pattern keep appear again and again in multiple countries. Another information is that city infrastructure, economic environment. This image show global and also local imaging from satellite. On the bottom, we show we can predict precipitation about 10 years earlier. So we can forecast how many precipitation going to fall in this year 2025 and also 2026 and for next 10 years as well. It's not precise, but we can use that as a baseline for build a city. And another one is that it's really new technology is called INSA. INSA is a interferometer radar, satellite radar. They can measure land movement. It can be used for landslide detection in at early stage. When the soil move, only few centimeters can detect. So we can use this in order to detect land movement and also detect disaster as well. So so my idea is that this is just idea. We have data and we also have a layer of multiple infrastructure, water pipe, road, river, and also we have a CAD, computer aided design for city level. So we would use all of these to create simulation, and the simulation is on the internet right now. It's called CityCAD. CityCAD is originally from UK. They use software in order to simulate and teach people to understand effect of the bad idea. What would happen if we remove tree? What would happen if we cut a new road? That is a very good idea to make the dream become true before make it. So I think simulation would be a very good starting point. It should not be exactly realistic, but it should be good enough to explain bad effect and good effect for the city. So I will do this. I mean, I suggest, so we need to do something like this. First, we going to visit local area in Pathum Thani, and also we are going to use something called city scale BIM. It means that we can use BIM, building information information management technology at the city level. So if we could do this, we can absorb that information into simulation later. So in BIM, the technology allow us to understand geometry. But once we have something conflict like this, we can detect before construction it, and we can precisely planning the schedule and also predict very precise cost, and also we can simulate what would happen in terms of energy and in terms of temperature inside the building. And lastly, really important, that we can maintain it. We can maintain the city. Once something is failed, we can mend it. We can look at the data and see the root cause and also find the component to be replaced. This is a really efficient way in order to manage the building. And we can do this at city level. If we starting at the beginning, if we have a landscape and terrain, and we have a layer of road, electricity, and water pipe, we can build from that level into a building level and also transportation level. So what I'm trying to do is we're trying to understand BIM first, but later we're going to create a city level BIM. So at the end, we're going to have a simulated world, which is very close to the real world. And we have both not only ecosystem, but we also have people. We also have economic as well. That's my dream. So we can have a good building in simulation and apply that. So this is my idea. Yeah. So I hope that you enjoy my presentation.